Hey everyone, and welcome to our final market report for 2024. This year has been incredible and it's time to look back on what's happened this year and what's going to be happening in 2025. The rental market has been the shining light for 2024, and I think most punters would have had down at the start of 2024 that the sales market was going to have some significant growth. However, that market has held and the rental market has been the market that has really taken off, and we're seeing consistent rent increases and properties that are being re-let getting much higher rents than what they were getting rented for when those tenants vacate. Because of this, we've actually seen a massive increase in the number of investors trying to buy property. In the first half of 2024, if you'd asked me, I would have said 90% of properties are selling to an owner-occupier, whereas now I'm saying they're probably around a 70-30 split. Still in favor of an owner-occupier, but there are definitely more investors who are actually signing contracts and buying property and adding a few more properties back to the rental market. Not enough to affect price, but certainly more properties becoming available for rent. According to RP data, there has been 551 sales in the Karratha marketplace. Out of those 551 sales, Realmark Karratha has been responsible for 169 of those sales, with a few weeks left in the year for us to get a few more put away. That means that we hold currently a 30% market share, which is an achievement that we're incredibly proud of. Now it's time for the big question. When is the best time to sell in 2025? Well, I've already done the exercise and pulled out the calendar, and I can tell you now when is the worst and when is the best time to sell. So what we already know is that January is a little bit unpredictable because typically in Karratha, a lot of people go away for Christmas and school holidays. Come February, school goes back, and we have this really nice period where from February to the end of March, there's going to be limited to no interruptions in the property market at all. Once March ends, we then got April on our doorstep, which is when Easter happens and when the Easter school holidays actually happens. And then we're suddenly in May, and then when May happens, we've actually got this little thing called an election. And when an election happens, typically depending on what the politics are of the day, that can impact people's buying decisions. And then once we get over that, it's suddenly end of financial year, which again, typically can impact people's purchasing and selling decisions. So the first half of 2025 is incredibly interrupted, and having a real estate agent that understands those cycles and why that's going to impact people's decision making is really critical. So for me, the first half of 2025, February through to end of March, is optimal time. Anything outside of that, there's going to be some sort of macro, politics, news, things going on that affect people's buying behavior. Then we go into the back half of 2025, typically July school holidays. From there, all the way through to the month of November is all very good times to be selling. September school holidays don't typically impact the Karratha market too much because things are starting to cool down weather-wise and people actually stay, and the same applies to the July school holidays. So there it is, a summary of when the best time to be on the market in 2025 will be. I've done all the hard work for you, but if you want to have a deeper conversation around that, don't hesitate to reach out to a Realmark Karratha team member. Thanks so much for joining us in 2024 for all of our Karratha market updates. I hope you've got some value out of our real-time insights, and we'll see you back in January for our next market update. Have a safe and Merry Christmas from the Realmark family, and we'll see you in 2025.